Hi Leo, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of April 2024. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Let's jump into the Light Series Tarot and see what the month has in store for us. I am a Leo sun if you're new to the channel. Money and career for my amazing Leos. For Leo? Okay, the King of Cups. I'm hearing peaceful success. It feels like even in the midst of, for a lot of which, chaotic or not perfect kind of situation, naturally. Nothing's perfect is what I'm hearing, but I do feel as if you are doing your thing in a more peaceful manner than you once did, and I feel like in comparison to those around you. I wouldn't be surprised if the abundance is feeling quite natural throughout the month as it flows on in for you. And I feel like symbolism is coming into play, whether it's more directly related to your work or not. It could as well be from spirit to assist, to communicate with you, all right? And naturally, given it's a money and career read, I feel like a lot of which, or all of which could be due to your money and or career. But I feel like the way you're looking and feeling throughout your work day, and potentially for some when you're spending money is coming into play. And I do feel like it's a month of improvement, all right? Financial improvement. It comes, I feel like you are thinking about the ebb and flow of your money, the coming and going of which. You're also being pushed to recognize that money is meant to come in more so in the upcoming months. But April feels like a very lucrative time for you, where a lot of which are feeling a flow coming back to be, all right? Naturally, financially, but it may be as well in regards to accomplishing and doing what you have to do. But I do feel as if you are being pushed to fall back into a process potentially that you once had in a similar field or a similar kind of job. Or maybe running your business at an earlier date. But I do feel like you are as well being pushed to trust your intuition while working, when to get things done, when not to, how to go about doing so. And I feel like as well, some of which need to just accept certain imperfections of that work situation and or a living situation, I feel, in order to just push on forward and not let things get the best of you, in order to keep things in high spirits and to have your work come out the best as it can, right? The best quality as possible, basically. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, you're going to see things work out better than you expect. I want to say stepping into the month, and even if your expectations and or I want to say optimism dips about halfway through the month, it feels like it will increase pretty quick after that. But I feel like you are going to know your worth throughout the month on so many different levels, all right? There's a freeing vibe about the month as well, even though I feel like a lot of which, like myself, are going to be, very, very busy for the most part or in general. But I feel like people are noticing certain features about you, whether it's on your online business, it could be in person, of course, due to work when you're out and about doing your thing. Of course, potentially spending money. But I do feel like you are handling what's on your plate pretty damn well. There's certain tweaks and adjustments that are going to be shown to you, reminded to you by spirit, and you'll naturally come to be noticing and figuring out otherwise by yourself. But I do feel like these will really help you, they will help you, they'll assist you. You'll find that things are not meant to be perfect throughout the month of April, but they are very purposeful, all right? I also feel like there's thoughts of travel, all right? Thoughts of where you're meant to move. For some, it's more so when it comes to a trip or two. Otherwise, it could be both, of course. But I wouldn't be surprised if your path is changing when it comes to a career choice that you're continuing for a lot. And of course, that could be related to a new opportunity or several, however that's going to look for you. I'm also hearing lighting the way. I feel like you're going to light the way for yourself at the very least towards more financial success, for a lot of which financial improvement, but as well when it comes to victory, overcoming and pushing forward towards growth and prosperity of other forms. I feel like you're going to get to know yourself better because you're changing at this time, and more so moving forward, of course. Due to the little adjustments in how you're feeling when you're working and how you're looking, how you want to change things otherwise, and potentially what you're thinking about or actually spending money on. But I feel like you're going to feel a sense of mystery flowing towards you is what I'm getting. But I feel like more so people are viewing you as a mystery. And I sense that there is protection being provided to you in one, if not multiple ways, when you're at work, when you're running your business, when you're at home, out and about, you name it. And I do feel like you're going to need to, on your own, in certain ways, naturally utilizing your knowledge and experience, protect your own energy, okay? Your own energy when it comes to whatever factors affect you the most or you find are affecting you the most throughout the month. I also feel like you're going to be, for a lot drawn to the reading, thinking about in a very peaceful manner how to better or more efficiently pay off your debt or how to start, right? And I feel like temperature's coming into play when it comes to that work environment, or for some it could be more so where you're living. Now, if you're thinking about moving to a new place of residence, I feel a lot of clarity is coming to be throughout the month, and a select few are finding that exact specific location for you. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to feel a transition taking place outside of you that helps within you. Okay, didn't expect that to come out. So just see how that plays out for you. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're glowing a lot when it comes to accomplishing, succeeding, overcoming even. There's a sense of you being very productive throughout the month of balancing things out, organizing, prioritizing, multitasking. But I feel like all the meanwhile, there's still a lot of learning and growing to take place when it comes to your career choice or choices or work choices, or choice for some drawn to the reading if you don't like to consider it a career. But I do sense that noise factors will come into play. Just expect that. Don't manifest more of which, of course, but just know that you have what it takes to deal with it in such an efficient manner in comparison to the past. All right. And I'm hearing as well in comparison to some other people or one person in particular for some. I also feel like you're going to want to enjoy things more so, and that's going to make the world of a difference. Or you just naturally will. Because I feel like for some of which you get caught up in the mundane tasks, the routine or routines. You do things so efficiently in the same way, maybe consistently, and it's effective. But it kind of reminds me of these readings, and you have to sort of remind yourself, and spirit will remind you as well. Enjoy yourself. It's going to make the world of a difference. Do you see what I have at the bottom of the deck? Almost said Wheel of Fortune. The Six of Wands. Sorry about the background noise, but we are outside. Some of which there might be outdoor work or scenery that takes place. I feel like you're going to feel the need to be extra productive due to what you have on your plate. Maybe just your energy is feeling different throughout the month. Certain aspects have changed or are changing for you. But all the meanwhile, I wouldn't be surprised if for some your motivation dips and comes back, goes up and down due to your energy levels or other factors affecting you. But I wouldn't be surprised if people are viewing you as a star, and this is part of the victory you are receiving and won with throughout the month. I wouldn't also be surprised if a lot of Leos drawn to the reading are feeling a lot of spotlight attention wrapped up to, intertwined with the victory, success, let's just say abundance and prosperity throughout this month. There's something about you needing to budget a lot better for some. I know I can. But I do feel like you're going to come to some certain creative solutions and realizations about how to go about doing so more efficiently moving forward. But a certain amount will flow in for you. It feels like a lump sum for a lot drawn to the reading, and this will feel relieving because if it's maybe a monthly deposit or check coming in, something of the sort, it feels like it's more than the previous month. Or it's just more than you've been receiving, all right? But it's all about how you manage the resources that you have at hand and are flowing in throughout the month. But I feel like there's a catching up feeling at certain points when it comes to maybe your finances, of course, but it feels for a lot work related, oriented. When you have a lot that's kind of thrown at you, maybe you just didn't feel it was the right energy, the right timing. So trust that, of course, as long as your intuition is speaking to you in that sense. But do you know what I'm saying? It feels like at certain points in different ways, or one in particular for you, you're going to feel like catch up is part of your month. All right. For some of which there might be crystals and stuff like that. Other things like essential oils coming into play for your work or just to help you with your energy. Very random. But the Knight of Cups in reverse, I'm getting that this is talking about your emotional detachment from what you desire as far as your money and or career throughout this month, and more so along your path moving forward. And this is absolutely, and if you're new to the channel, I do mention from time to time, this absolutely is a huge part of people manifesting efficiently. Wouldn't be surprised, excuse me, if you are seeing things come to fruition left and right, or just unexpectedly in general. The spiritual meaning of a rose is coming into play, and I feel like you're blossoming. We kind of mentioned that already, I think, but you're blossoming, you're changing, glowing in the midst of doing what you have to do. And when you feel like that's not, at least that glow is not as present or at all, you will be reminded of something of key importance in order for you to glow a bit more. But I feel like your habits are also taking a highlight, all right, when you should be again, budgeting better for some, not spending money when you need to do this and that, more so or less of which at work and or at home, you name it. It's going to vary from case to case. But there's a feeling of the weather helping you for some. I know that's obviously not going to apply to everybody depending on where you live. But the weather is potentially part of your work, helping you. It could be assisting you in other ways, and maybe preventing you at a couple different points or several points. Just trust in divine timing throughout the month. It's going to feel easier this month, it feels, than March or the previous month or two. But let's keep shuffling. It feels like things are feeling a bit more shuffled up, a bit easier in certain ways, and maybe a little bit more complicated but doable and manageable in other ways. Does that make sense? The Judgment card coming out because I feel as if honesty, self-respect is coming into play is what I'm getting, but your honesty flowing towards one if not multiple other people, regardless of how that comes through for you, is part of your month. But if you look at this kind of imagery where she's releasing what looks like a dancer, it feels like I'm getting that as you releasing a burden or two, maybe a past situation that you released that you released in general is coming to mind and taking a highlight because you made the right choice. I also feel like there's a manager or an authority figure of some sort that's going to be quite proud of a lot of Leos drawn to the reading, or just quite satisfied with their choice to hire you or to continue with your placement in that role, if you will. All right. I feel like the way you sit, the way you stand, the way you strut, the way you accomplish again, and when you hold back at certain other points, all very key for you. And that's going to, again, differ from case to case. But what you have to wear and what you choose to wear at certain points relating to what feels like work for a lot is going to be quite significant. It could speak upon how you're changing. It could also speak upon more of what you're desiring at that time, or just whether or not you approve of that necessary outfit or clothing style or whatever the case may be for that job, or you name it. Anyways, the Hierophant speaks upon change, all right? Things are changing in your favor. You're changing again through it all. And it feels like your finances are heading in a better direction. And a lot of which onto the reading, that feels like a continuation, all right? Even if you haven't managed it to the best of your ability, all right? It feels like there is significant increase in several different ways, or a few different ways for some. But I feel like you're looking at things differently than you once did, and that really highlights how much you're changing, and how much things are transforming for you will be highlighted in certain different ways in order to benefit your growth within that career choice or two, and that may be your soul growth being highlighted when you're at home is what I'm getting. Okay. What else we have for Leo? 1401, look up the angel number meaning, 1401. The Queen of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. It doesn't feel like there's a ton of days or I want to say weeks throughout the month when you're not in the mood to work, but you will put in that effort when need be because you're a motivated, dedicated, loyal Leo, right? But your other placements as well will come into play as far as watching money and career reads. And when it comes to how efficiently and how differently you're doing this and that, all right, apply it to your situation once again. But I do feel as if there's a release taking place, all right? This could be a release of a habit. It could be a release of, I'm hearing overdoing it, but it could be a release of your viewpoint in something. And second guessing for some, all right? I feel as if you're going to find this excitement at certain points, and when it's not present, don't force it, right? I feel as if when you have certain feelings and emotions, it feels assisting to that day or just accurate, all right, or whatever you're accomplishing. But there's also a feeling of travel coming into play as far as migrating. Don't worry about, I mean, obviously do your due diligence and look up when you need to get moving, when you need to get somewhere and whatnot, but don't overdo it, but as well, just trust in the timing and how it's on your side, all right? And I feel like there's also for some a focus on working with other people versus working alone, all right? Or more so working with this person versus that person, or a group of people. But wow, that honk is quite annoying. But I do feel like you are going to see the passion quite alive within you to do what you have to do to transform things to your advantage and to climb your way to more success and overcome as when need be. Spirit's also saying that there's a change in the wind for you in one or several different ways. This is a time for you to receive and accomplish significant improvement, as I feel like a lot of which are, okay, I'm hearing quite magical, but are manifesting at this time when it comes to increase, improvement, and rewards is what I'm hearing, all right? So this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light, Leo. Go enjoy the month of April, and I'll definitely see you next time.